People often confuse passion with obsession. What they don't realize is that true passion comes from a deep connection to something that makes your soul ignite. I am not obsessed. I am simply driven by what I believe in, and my heart can't stop pursuing it. Obsession is when your mind can't move past something. Passion, however, is when your heart and soul align with your purpose. So if you think I'm obsessed, perhaps you just don't understand the depth of what fuels me. You think you know me because you see the surface, but there's a universe inside of me you haven't even begun to explore. If you think I'm obsessed, then you've missed the true essence of who I am. Passion isn't a problem to solve or a symptom to fix. It's an energy that fills every corner of my being. When you call it obsession, you're just misunderstanding the power of living fully in the moment. I don't chase dreams because I'm obsessed. I chase them because they're the echo of my soul's desires. If you think it's obsession, you've yet to understand the language of the heart. There's a fine line between obsession and determination. The difference: obsession consumes you, determination fuels you. I choose to be fueled, not consumed. My thoughts are not a burden or an obsession. They're reflections of my desires, my fears, my growth, and my evolution. What I'm feeling is not a fixation, it's a transformation. I'm not obsessed with success, love, or dreams. I'm dedicated to them. You call it obsession. I call it living my truth without apologies. When you're deeply connected to something, it becomes a part of your essence. It doesn't feel obsessive, it feels necessary. What you see as obsession is simply my devotion to what matters. I live for the moments that make me feel alive, not for the ones that others deem acceptable. What might seem obsessive to you is the authenticity of my existence. You can't call it obsession if it's the fuel that drives your passion and purpose. It's simply the commitment to something bigger than yourself. If my dedication makes you uncomfortable, it's only because you've never allowed yourself to feel that deeply. What I feel isn't obsession, it's connection. To be obsessed is to lose control. But when you are connected to your purpose, your thoughts, your heart, your soul, you're simply being who you are meant to be. The only thing obsessive in my life is my commitment to the things that matter most. Passion is a way of living, not a way of being trapped. Obsessed is a word people use when they don't understand the depth of your emotions. Passion is when you walk through fire without a second thought. I am not obsessed. I am passionate. I am not obsessed with success. I am obsessed with the process of becoming the best version of myself. It's not about the outcome, it's about the journey. You don't see the work, the hours, the emotional energy I invest, and so you mistake it for obsession. But it's not obsession, it's love. And love is a quiet, constant force. If you think my focus on something is obsession, it's because you haven't experienced what it's like to feel something so deeply that nothing else matters. True passion doesn't waver. It doesn't apologize. It doesn't care what others think. It simply is. So if you think I'm obsessed, it's just because you haven't yet witnessed the power of pure dedication. I don't care for being misunderstood. My heart is alive and it beats in rhythm with my purpose. If that seems obsessive to you, perhaps you just haven't felt this kind of energy yourself. If you see my love for something as obsession, it's because you haven't experienced the kind of profound connection that makes every other distraction fade away. Sometimes people label things they don't understand as obsession. I don't care about the label. I care about the way it makes me feel. And that feeling is one of pure joy and contentment. When I talk about what matters most to me, it's not obsession, it's clarity. It's knowing who I am and what I stand for. I am not obsessed. I am an apologetically focused. People will call you obsessed when they don't understand your purpose. But purpose is the foundation that grounds me, and obsession is just a word for someone's limited perspective. If my feelings and thoughts are so intense that you call them obsession, it's because you're not yet in tune with the power of living life from the inside out. What you call obsession, I call unshakable focus. I'm not distracted, I'm aligned. I'm not obsessed, I'm intentional. When you're deeply invested in something, it's not obsession, it's love, it's dedication, it's a commitment to your own growth and evolution. Obsessed? Maybe, but it's not a curse, it's my calling. The things that drive me don't overwhelm me, they inspire me. I'm not obsessed, I'm in love with the process. What others may see as obsession, I see as a fierce, unwavering dedication to the things that matter most. Passion doesn't take, it gives. There's no such thing as obsession when you're following your heart. It's called living authentically, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The world may label it obsession, but in my heart, it's a profound sense of purpose. If I seem consumed, it's because I'm alive, not because I'm obsessed. I don't live for validation, I live for passion. What seems obsessive to others is simply my soul embracing everything that calls to it. I don't need to explain myself. If you think I'm obsessed, it's just because you don't see the world the way I do. And that's okay, but don't mistake my drive for anything other than deep love and purpose. They'll call you obsessed when they don't understand that what you're doing is not about them or their opinions. It's about following a call you can't ignore. I'm not obsessed with things. I'm obsessed with living my truth. If you don't get that, you don't get me. And that's perfectly fine. What seems like obsession is actually my mind and soul aligning with the universe. I'm not lost in it. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I don't need to be understood. I just need to be me. My passion is not obsession. It's a fire that burns bright and steady within me. What others see as obsession, I see as a quiet, unwavering dedication to something meaningful. It's not about others, it's about me fulfilling my purpose. If I seem absorbed in something, it's because I'm fully immersed in life. What you see as obsession is actually me pouring all my energy into what truly matters. Passion is not a disease, and neither is devotion. It's an energy that flows through me and guides me. If that feels obsessive to you, maybe you've never known this kind of energy. If you think I'm obsessed with my dreams, it's because you don't see how they're intertwined with my soul. I'm not obsessed. I'm fully alive in. Don't call it obsession when it's simply me being fully aligned with my inner truth. The more I follow my heart, the more everything else falls into place. The world calls it obsession when they can't grasp how deep a feeling can run. But my focus isn't obsession, it's a commitment to my vision and my growth. If my thoughts are all consumed with something, it's because I can't help but follow the call of my soul. I'm not obsessed. I'm called to something bigger. People don't understand when you're focused on what matters. They'll call it obsession, but in reality, it's a beautiful dance with destiny. I don't see it as obsession. I see it as the relentless pursuit of something I was born to do, and no one can take that away from me. Obsession is fleeting, but passion is everlasting. I'm not obsessed. I'm living with purpose, and I'll never apologize for that. People who call your dedication obsession haven't found the courage to dive deep into their own passions. What seems obsessive to them is just my truth. When you're passionate, you are not obsessed with results. You are obsessed with the journey. It's not about the destination, it's about becoming. I don't need anyone to validate my feelings. If you call my energy obsession, it's only because you haven't felt the power of following your true calling. To live without passion is to live without purpose. If that feels like obsession, it's only because you haven't experienced what it's like to be truly alive. I am not obsessed. I am dedicated. What others may call obsession, I call my deep commitment to something bigger than myself. My heart beats for the things I am passionate about, and if that seems obsessive to you, then maybe it's time you explored what really matters to you. I'm not obsessed. I'm just fully committed to living authentically. Passion fuels me, not obsession. If you think I'm obsessed, it's because you don't see the way my soul is aligned with my mission. It's not obsession, it's alignment. When people misunderstand your drive as obsession, it's just because they haven't found their own burning desire yet. I'm not obsessed with anything. I'm dedicated to everything that feels right in my heart. There's a difference, and it's important to know it. When passion fuels you, you don't get distracted by labels. If someone calls it obsession, they just don't understand the power of devotion. People will call you obsessed when they can't fathom your depth of feeling, but the truth is you're not obsessed. You're simply living with intention. Obsession is an illusion. When you love something with all your heart, it becomes part of who you are. You're not obsessed. You're deeply, profoundly connected.